All right, guys, I'm picking up on the divine masculine's energy, and the message I'm getting is somebody doesn't want to just watch you from afar anymore. I don't know what the reason is for having to watch you from afar. I feel like they can't approach, or there's some kind of caution around approaching you, but there's feelings for you that are deepening, and I think that there's strange things that are happening that leads this divine masculine in your direction every time. And I'm getting a nervousness as well. So it feels a little bit like someone's going to get in trouble if they reach out, or they don't want to get you in trouble. So I don't know what that means for you. Take it how it resonates here, divine feminines, but I'm going to find out what feelings have been developing within the last couple of months that has your divine masculines feeling like they maybe just want to take a risk or just make the effort, because what it is they feel, it's more than like just a crush on you, or it's a feeling, an intense feeling. With past life relationship, they maybe feel like they've known you before. I feel like in the very brief time that you two have talked or connected or had some kind of conversation, you yourself, divine feminine, you might catch yourself saying there's something just so familiar about them. So I feel that they're ready to be honest, and I think they're trying their best to get over this feeling of getting in trouble. It says honestly discuss your feelings with each other. So that's why I think that they're going to come in like a really heartfelt way. Like maybe many of you might hear them say like, I know that I'm not supposed to be reaching out, or I know that it's weird that I'm reaching out. But I've been thinking about you like a lot more usual than lately, or you've been on my mind in a way that like I need to see you, or I need to speak with you. We have love yourself first, so your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive, and that's very interesting here, because I do think that you, divine feminine, you're picking up on this connection with your divine masculine, but out of respect. It could be for yourself, it could be for, I'm really picking up, divine feminines, that you may have like a family, or you may already be connected to someone, and that's what makes them nervous, because they don't want to come in and I feel like ruin something or intervene, but they know that you have feelings for them too, and I think that that's why the heart-to-heart conversation is coming up, because like I said, you guys might have had a brief encounter, or maybe you know one another where you have to have brief encounters from time to time. For some of you, you may work with this person, and another word I'm getting is acquaintance. So some of you may see this person and they're like a friend of a friend, or it could very well be a friend of your spouse, divine feminine. I'm hearing business partner, I'm hearing someone that your spouse works with. It could even be somebody doing work on your home, on your business. This could be somebody visiting your business that you and your husband own together. So that's just the feeling I'm getting, because I keep seeing brief encounters, or it's like you guys keep running into one another, and it's very clear to the both of you that when you're in the room together that there's something there. And there's also this feeling of fear and avoidance, and I think that's your energy, divine feminine. That's what makes you kind of run away when they are there. It might just be like a quick brief hi hello. You may assist them with something, you may help them with something, but energy doesn't lie. I feel like your hearts beat fast around one another. They look at you in a certain type of way. And then when you guys part ways, or you're not around one another, or you haven't seen each other, I want to say in weeks. So I'm seeing some kind of contract job, or you guys check in with one another. I'm hearing when you need supplies. So that might be really significant, because I am seeing business here. Maybe you guys know one another through business dealings, okay? And when you guys kind of are apart for a long time, you wonder when you're going to see each other again, or he wonders when you're going to call again, or when you're going to reach out, so that there's some kind of opportunity to see each other. But this is exactly what this masculine is getting tired of, is watching you from a distance. It's having to watch you from afar like this, and wait for an opportunity to see you again. And the thing is, divine feminine, is I do think that a lot of you are picking up on this, but you really just don't know how to trust it, because there hasn't been any kind of solid proof or validation. You guys are really just working off of eye contact and these feelings, okay? He thinks you're very respectful. I know that it's coming from this avoidant energy. Okay, it's like you blush in his presence almost, or he knows that there's a part of you that's very professional. That's why I keep seeing like business contracts, a business setting. Maybe the way that you move is very very Queen of Swords when you are in your professional like work environment. I'm getting that really heavily for some of you because your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive. You know that there's a connection here, but when you're in this environment with this person, you would never let that part of you slip up. So that's why I feel like they need to reach out to you. They need to reach out to you in some way and honestly or maturely come to you and say, hey, listen, can I see you sometime? Can we sit down for a coffee? I think about you. This is someone that's really contemplating this. And I don't know why I'm getting heavily Queen of Swords. You could be Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. But I am getting somebody that knows how to maintain a poker face when it comes to their like professionalism or the way that they carry themselves. Again, I do see that maybe you are, you know, tied to somebody else. It could be in a marriage. It could be a marriage that's also tied to a business. So the way that you carry yourself or your reputation is very important. How do you feel for this masculine, divine feminines? Okay, so we have separation, time apart from your partners on the horizon. You're noticing the separation. Because I just talked about when you guys go weeks or months without seeing each other, it's like you know that there's some kind of separation energy, or you're starting to feel separation energy. Like, I kind of think about them, or I miss them. You're noticing that being apart from them bugs you a little bit. Or you may be looking out for when they will call next. Or they may be, they may just be looking for a reason to check in or call you. But I do feel like it's been quite some time since they've seen you. That's why separation could be a big thing. It's like they're tired of having to wait for yet another like meetup to see you. Okay, so you're definitely feeling this also. Maybe that's why they're wanting to have this heart-to-heart conversation, because I see someone who's asking themselves, like, are they feeling this too? Like, is it possible they could be feeling these feelings towards me, which is why I'm thinking about them so much? So somebody's about to take a risk and find out, even if they may have to ruin a professional relationship. Okay, yeah, we have free yourself. It's time to take back control of your life, because the thing is like, the reason they haven't made a move is because maybe the contract with you and your spouse is a big contract for their company. And it's kind of got them in this position where they can't speak up or they can't make a move. And like I said, with you being in this Queen of Swords energy and you valuing your professionalism, you have a reputation to protect, there's no way that you're going to come in their direction. But they know that there's something there worth like fighting for or speaking up about. The unicorn also represents that like you bring them to life, or they feel really romantic around you. They feel like you could be the one. This masculine's never experienced anything like this, okay? Just like you, divine feminine, you're most likely feeling like, wow, I've never experienced such quite a romantic pull towards somebody. You know, it's like that feeling of Cupid hitting you through the heart with an arrow. You know, sometimes like regularly dating, you might meet someone and yeah, you might find them attractive, and then that attractiveness builds over time when you spend time with them and you have moments together and the love grows, you know. But in these types of connections, all it takes is eye contact. All it takes is sitting in each other's presence for a minute or two to feel like, who is this person and why do I feel this undying need to get to know them more or to be close to them. So you've got someone feeling all kinds of ways and romantic, and even the unicorn being in here, it suggests that, you know, you two feel trapped in a sense. It's like, oh, great. I meet the love of my life just through eye contact alone. You know, it's like you look at them and you're like, wow, where the hell have you been all my life? That's how this masculine's feeling. But there's a sense of being trapped in some way. Like they're not fully free to explore this connection fully. Okay, so let's get some things that you guys may have to work through. I don't want to say obstacles, but I do want to say just soul lessons that are coming up. Let's start with the divine masculines. Whoop, 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 whoop. Okay, so we do have the soul tie and reunion card, so that's strong for them, and it really does just kind of like stamp it here, stamp or seal it here for me that there is something about you that it's a familiarity, it's a bond, it is reunion happening. They may not quite call it reunion, but I feel like it's more on like a soul level. It's like coming home to your person because you've spent lifetimes with this person before. That's why the romantic pull is there. That's why you feel like this. Okay, and here you are, Divine Feminines, wondering the exact same thing. And that's why it feels so nostalgic, and that's why the connection and the pull to them feels so sacred and so special. It's because both of you are equally having these feelings or these epiphanies, no matter how small or big they are. It is happening, and that's why you two may be constantly drawn to one another. So I feel like, first of all, one of the obstacles, or maybe just things in the way that you guys have to acknowledge, is like, yeah, you've known this person before. The reunion energy is real. That's why they feel so familiar, and that's why you didn't really have to spend a lot of time with them to feel what you're feeling right now. It is because you've known them before. It's like coming home to someone, your best friend. Past life suggests that you guys know each other. Okay, you may not know how to put your finger on it. You may not know how to put it into words, but that is why you feel this way. Look at that, nostalgia coming up. I said nostalgic. Okay, there could be memories flooding in, and you don't know. Okay, when you feel familiar around your Divine Masculine, and he's feeling this way for you as well, this familiarity, and you guys will see it happen later down the road. You'll start feeling strong deja vu. You'll start dreaming of them. The memories will start coming in. And I think that's why I was maybe guided to say the word obstacles, because I feel for many of you, you're going to start seeing that you were, husband and wife in a last time. You're going to see each other's karmics popping up in the dreams. You're going to see that you've been trying to free yourselves or come together in many lifetimes before, and you will continue to do that in many lifetimes to come. Okay, so I feel like both of you aren't able to put this into words, but you can feel it. Okay, that's why you may be so curious, or it feels like when you're getting the information about what's happening, you're just like, yes, 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 yes. Okay, so this is someone too who could be, again, in really, really deep thought as to what it is this connection is to you. They think about you a lot, and that's why I feel like this represents the separation energy. Okay, do you see her face in the clouds? Do you see him sitting there at the window? This kind of reminds me of the energy we were talking about earlier when I said that someone's masculine hasn't seen them in either weeks or months, and they're anticipating when the next time they'll see you is. And this is a feeling that they just don't want to live with anymore. Like, why can't I just pick up the phone and call you? That's why honestly discuss your feelings with one another is coming up. This could be this feeling that keeps hitting him, as, you know, this feeling of anticipation, and I see somebody snatching their phone, you know, sending you a text and letting you know how they feel. I think I talked about this in past readings, this frustration of just wanting to come to you and then feeling like their hands are tied, and it's sending their heart into a frenzy. Okay, this is someone who's feeling like they're just gonna have to take action. If it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out, but at least they gave it a shot. You know, this is someone definitely contemplating deep actions towards you. What's their next move? What's their next move toward the Divine Feminines? Trying to get out of this nostalgic feeling, just thinking about you all the time. Okay, ooh, we have distance, retreat, time out. Maybe they have no choice but to face this energy. And look at that, we have the separation energy coming up twice for you guys. So definitely watching you from afar, from a distance, is a big theme right now for whoever's Divine Masculine this is. And you're going to know it, Divine Feminines, because again, you guys have maybe not seen each other and not communicated. And it would be weird to communicate because there's really no need to communicate outside of business. But at the same time, I feel like you guys are wishing, hoping, and praying another opportunity comes in to maybe close out this distance. Okay, so we do have celebration, gifts, and abundance coming through. So that could be a good sign. Okay, maybe you might have some big event coming up. You may need to celebrate something. Maybe you may need to get in touch with them. They may need to get in touch with you. But I do know whenever this card comes up in a distance reading where you guys are feeling trapped, you need to honestly discuss your feelings with one another, that good things are on the way. And the reason good things are on the way is because they're constantly manifesting good things. They're trying to get out of this mindset of, I can't, I shouldn't, to why not? Okay, and that's why heart-to-heart conversations here are very important, because someone's starting to say to themselves, like, why is it wrong to love you? Why is it wrong to have these feelings? Why am I beating myself up about having these feelings. What's the worst that could happen if I just become friendly with this person? I feel like they're trying to talk themselves out of the sensual feelings and romantic feelings they have for you. It's like being in your life is better than not communicating with you at all. It's like somebody wants to take it to a platonic level. But again, somebody's got to free themselves. That's where they feel like, you know, I shouldn't do this, but at the same time, like, you're mine. You've been mine before. You know, this is something that doesn't feel quite right, but at the same time feels so right. I'm sure there's a song Synchronicity out there that's going to perfectly describe that feeling, you know? It's like, why does something so wrong feel so right? Or I don't know, it's a vibe around that. But all right, guys, that's what I have for this quick check-in. I wish you guys, you know, a lot of peace in these connections here. I know how painful it is to be in such close proximity to your love and then feel like you can't make a move, you know. Very tough situation to be in, but I do see this continuously unfolding in a beautiful way. All right, so I love you guys. Take it easy, and I'll catch you in the next one. All right, take care, guys. Bye.